So let's talk childbirth. You know, it's been a minute since I had a kid. My youngest is 7. But I've been asked to do a video about childbirth and what my thoughts are on it. Well, first you get, the sex. It could be good or bad. Either way, you're getting pregnant. Then you get the 9 months of being pregnant. For some people, it's shorter. Premature babies. A lot of different things. But then you got the childbirth. There's a thing called the mucus plug. It's gross. It's fucking nasty, if I can tell you, just be bluntly honest. So you lose your mucus plug, which is inside of your cervix. And it basically seals off anything that wants to come out. It seals it. It's like a plug. That's why they call it a mucus plug. It's just made of mucus. And then, it could be a week or two, and your water will break. Some people it doesn't. Some people, they go into labor before. My water broke for the first one. The second one it didn't. They had to break it, which is weird in itself. They have to stick this hook thing up and slowly poke a hole in the sac. Not comfortable at all. So, let me just tell you about my first experience. My son's 11 now. He'll be 12. And I walk in to the hospital after my water had broke. And mind you, it was like a freaking bathtub just letting go. It was gross too. So I walk into the maternity ward. And it's busy. There's women freaking pushing out kids, calving everywhere. And I look down, and there's this little cart, and on top of it, I shit you not, there's placentas. Placentas! Who does that? So right there, I was like, oh my god, I'm in for it. So then I get in the room, and, my water broke at like 11 o'clock at night. So I was having good contractions. Well, then I started having a permanent contraction. And it lasted for like an hour. And that sucked balls. Or maybe I should have sucked balls. But I love my son. No. So I was dehydrated, so I had to have fluids, which is IV. And then the nurse was trying to dab me with a freaking washcloth, and I ripped that out of her hand and threw it across the room. And they're trying to chase you, and you move your head around trying to chase you with a freaking oxygen mask. That pisses you off too. Men, women are complete fucking bitches when they're in labor. Don't fuck with them. Don't do anything stupid. You're there for them and the baby. Nothing else. My ex-husband got punched that way. Anyways, on to the next. So, contractions are going, and then they're like, okay, we're going to check you. All up in your vagina when it's hurting. No, thank you. So, they check you, see how far dilated you are, and then it comes to 10 centimeters and you're ready to push. Some people can push for hours, some people can push for a couple minutes. My first one I pushed for 22 minutes, the second one I pushed for 4. We'll talk about that next. So, I'm pushing, and all of a sudden, she takes this little package of stuff and she goes, this is some olive oil just to, be able to stretch out the skin there. Basically, telling me I was tight. I was like, right on. But, It didn't feel very well. No, no, because then they call it the ring of fire. More like a fucking torch to your crotch. Yeah, not nice. So you push that through, and that's basically the head coming out. You get that out, you're good. And then surprisingly, the rest of the body comes out fairly easy. Well, what they don't always tell you for first-time mothers is you have to push out the afterbirth, which is the sac that the baby grows in, the placenta, all that. Usually wait about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, let it all loosen up in there, and then you push it out. Doesn't take long. The doctor usually gives you some help. For some women, not most, you have what's called an episiotomy. A long word for here, let me cut your freaking tight crotch. Oh yeah, they take a pair of scissors, cut it. That way the baby can come out. Then they sew you up after. And they don't really care if it's straight or not. You might look like fucking Frankenstein in your vagina when they're done. But, hey, at least it's closed back up, right? So that was the first one. Now my second son, when the baby comes out, you like them to be face down. So when they come out, not all that stuff is in their nose and whatever. Not face up. And if they're face up, it's a lot of back labor. My second son was face up. Most painful experience I've ever had. I would have my first son over before I would have my second son over. It hurt so bad. Mind you, he was almost a month early. So I'm pushing him out, and I feel the ring of fire. Like, I know what's coming. My doctor had less than 2 minutes to get in there and get new gloves on from the baby that was just born across the hall. So she comes in, and she's trying to tell me to wait. The nurse is trying to tell me not to push. I'm like, bitch, have you ever had a kid? When you gotta push, you gotta push. Your body's gonna do it no matter what. So I'm pushing. 4 minutes it took me to push him out. That's it. And when I pushed him out, he did this, like, torpedo spin. He was face up when he twisted on his way out, and I felt the pop, and I was like, was that my vajayjay? No, honey, that was his collarbone. Say what? He broke his collarbone coming out. There's so much that goes with childbirth. And mine, compared to some, are fairly easy, Some are just a hot mess. My cousin, she had ripped everywhere. Everywhere for her first child. She even ripped one of her arteries. She had to have blood transfusions and all that crap. Nasty stuff. I mean, you get good kids out of it, but who wants their crotch to be stretched out, cut, and frickin' sloppy and everything else? No, not this bitch. No, no more kids for me. But I figured I'd share my story because I've been asked to. So, if you like this, like it. If you want to subscribe, do that too. Peace.